when friends come and visit our studio. Catch them all in Musetalks.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the 4th episode of Musetalks Special Capstone Edition, where today we'll be going over the owners of Mikawa Yakitori Bar, a restaurant in Siglap.
Hi, I'm Victor from Mikawa Yakitori Bar. I'm the co-owner and he's Rick.
Yeah, hi.
Okay, so we just get into it. How long have you been running this business for and what made you want to start?
We started in 2015. The decision was he have the idea to start, and maybe Rick, you can tell more.
Yeah, actually, we was a very frequent patron at a particular restaurant at Millennia area, Millennia Walk. So we always dine there. It's like, in fact, 1 week we dine about 3 to 4 times. Yeah, at a Japanese restaurant. So we enjoy the food, we enjoy the drinks, we enjoy the company. So one day I was like, joking to Victor while we drinking, say that, why not we start our own, since, 1 week, 3 or 4 times we already at the restaurant itself. And this is how we actually started. So it actually came from a, joke.
So prior to opening this restaurant, what were you guys doing before that?
For me, I'm with AIA, Financial Planning.
Yeah, so actually I involved more in the family business. So even until now, I'm still running a few business of my own. I involved in renovation and hair care business.
Oh, so you guys actually have a lot of different background. So you mentioned it started off as a joke, but what made you want to start a restaurant specifically?
We enjoy, the food, the drinks. We enjoy sake in particular, beers.
For me, yeah, beers.
Yeah, so why not we start off our own? And at that time itself, actually the F&B, the whole scene is very vibrant. There's money to be made. We wanted to have something of our own. Yeah, that's eventually how it actually came by.
From that night that you have the conversation, how long did it take planning-wise before you started up the restaurant?
Well, we started, the first restaurant was in 2013, and it took us about less than 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
To look for a location. Yeah.
With the planning and everything, looking for the chef, supplier. Yeah.
Was it difficult to start looking for chef and equipment and location at that time when you had before you had any cooking experience?
Not really, because some of the chef we actually had in mind before we actually started. So even although it's a joke itself, but when we actually became serious about it, we really start planning, the logistic, HR and everything really. So and also because I do have backgrounds in opening a restaurant before, helping my customers to set up. So I mean the equipment itself is not too hard to.
Oh, so it wasn't very foreign to you at the time also lah.
No,
like
it's
you
not.
sort of dabbled in it before.
Yeah. Of course, there's things that's foreign, like looking for supplier.
Was that difficult?
Actually, the supplier logistic part is more on Victor, so you have to ask for him.
So for me, I try to source on my own, and plus my manager, he helped. Yeah, so it's not that tough.
You guys have been running for about 9 years now. So what role do you play in the business?
Basically, we are the co-owners. So actually, in fact, in the beginning of the business, right, we actually hands-on ourselves. So for Victor itself, he actually, running the floor, interacting with the customer, serving the tables, while I actually doing the yakitori inside. Yeah.
Was it hard cooking in the kitchen?
The learning curve, yes. But because we are both passionate about what we are doing, the hands-on was pretty fast. We were able to get the rope out of it. Then after that, through experience, through trial and error, we actually able to perfect what we had in mind.
On previous episodes, a lot of the similar idea that people in F&B share is that it's hard to find manpower. Because F&B is a very big industry, right?
Yes.
But it's quite hard to find manpower in certain industries. So do you guys feel like there was a problem when you guys were starting out?
In fact, it is, and the worst is during COVID. Yes, we are facing a lot of challenges, and at times, if there's a shortage of manpower, either me myself, I have to go in to work as a yakitori chef, or likewise a dishwasher. Likewise for Rick. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys find chef from last time just post listing, is it?
Actually, we hire chef more on referral.
Oh, so you already know these people.
Yeah, in the beginning, then after that, sometimes through agents and etc. Yeah. But because normally from referral itself, we know roughly the background of the chef. It's easier for us to actually bring them in.
In your restaurant, what are some of your favorite products?
For me, my favorite is the salmon manpower. The rest is a normal sushi, sashimi, all those fresh cargo. That's I like the most. Whereas for Rick, I think he prefer more on cooked item and yakitoris.
Yeah. In the beginning, we tried so many to the point that until now we actually were a bit tired of our food already. But if you ask me, definitely the yakitori, because it's actually freshly prepared. Some of the items is freshly prepared on that day itself, or specially made. Like for example, the tsukune, which is the chicken meatball.
Yes.
Is actually handmade by our own chef. What the customer actually feedback to us is that our yakitori is quite authentic. In fact, we even have feedback from some of the Japanese clients or customer that say that actually they feel like home when they come over to our place.
So I guess that's a great compliment, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
it is.
yes.
So a lot of the things you guys deal with is like fresh, like sashimi and like this chicken in-house chicken meatball, right?
Yes.
Yes.
So is it hard to find suppliers for that kind of thing?
Actually, it's not because we have the contact and we have alternatives as well.
Yeah, the food itself that actually is actually quite well established in Singapore, unlike other countries. So, sourcing of the raw material itself, I don't see a big issue actually. In fact, it's actually quite easy. It's quite competitive.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So from the start, actually, it was quite streamlined setting up the restaurant.
Oh, for sure. There's a lot of steep learning curve, different type of expectation from the customer, different expectation from our staff, different expectation from both of us also. Sometimes
So-
when we thought that it may be crowded, it's actually quite quiet. And when we thought that it may be quiet, it actually can be quite crowded.
So do you guys still go back to eat at the original Japanese place at Millennia?
Unfortunately, it actually closed down.
Oh, cause
Yes.
when did they close down?
I think after the COVID, right?
Around there, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, but fortunately now you have your own place, right? So you can continue going
Yeah.
there.
In fact, actually, after we set up our own restaurant, we seldom dine out at other Japanese restaurants unless we really want to try other competitors or yeah.
Okay.
And also, if we are in Japan, unless we are overseas, we will go and try all the different cuisine.
Yeah.
When you go visit these other places, or when you go to places like Japan to try the food there, do you guys ever take any inspiration from them?
Oh yes, for sure. I mean, we always constantly, even until now, we are always constantly looking at how to improve our dish, come up with new dishes for the customer, because some of the customer actually follow us for close to 8 to 9 years.
Yes.
So one of the feedback they actually have also is that maybe can have some new dishes which we actually has been constantly coming up with.
So like you mentioned, a lot of quite a few times you get a lot of customer feedback, be it for your dishes or for different parts of your restaurant. So how do you handle the different types of customer feedback that you get?
Actually depend on the customer itself. Different customer, they actually have different needs. Some actually just really sincerely want to let you know their feedback. Some actually they just want to voice out, or they are just unhappy on the long waiting time and stuff. So depend on different customer, we actually will react differently. Some actually they want more attention. That's all.
When you guys were starting up, were there any problems or issues that you faced?
I think mainly is really on the manpower.
Manpower, yes.
Yeah, even until now it's still the manpower issue.
Which part of the manpower? Because there's different parts, right? Like there's just I mentioned dishwasher,
Yes.
or there's wait staff.
Dishwasher is the most problematic issue. Yeah, it's very difficult to engage this dishwasher.
What about chefs or wait staff?
Actually all really, in fact, to me it's like, because in the restaurant itself, right, everybody have a very important role to play. There's no such thing as, we remove one, then after that the other one actually can compensate. Chef is also important in their own way. Those service crew also important in their own way. Even like Victor say, dishwasher, we can be very crowded without a dishwasher.
You got no place to serve with.
The
Yes,
plates and
exactly.
yeah. So everybody got their own very important roles to play. So to us, it's like as Singapore keep evolving, it's getting harder to find locals to actually come and work with
Yeah,
us.
because I think now less and less people want to do these kind of like dishwasher and waitress kind of jobs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, even for chef also,
Oh.
because of the long working hour, and also we can't engage 100% foreigner because we need quota. Yeah, so this one also another big issue.
How many employees do you have running the store? Usually on a day, and then
Currently, it's about around 12.
12. So how many of those are chefs?
Chef will be, for sushi counter, there will be 2. For hot kitchen and yakitori, there will be 3. 1 dishwasher, and then the rest will be service.
Okay. How many employees do you have at your restaurant now?
About 16 or 18.
Oh, so actually that's not a lot also lah.
Yeah, but there's 1 to 2 part-timers as well.
Oh,
Yeah.
and they work as waitresses, waiter and
Service,
waitress.
yes, correct.
I see. Do you have any interesting stories to share with regards to customer interaction?
I think one of the most interesting one that we actually met at this one time when we was at our old outlet. So there's this guy that actually came up to us. He was very unhappy with our price, complaining that it's very expensive and stuff. He was actually comparing, saying that he go to the supermarket and buy a whole chicken is cheaper than getting the yakitori stick. That one to us is like, to me it's unbelievable lah. I mean, comparing something that's getting from the market unprepared to something that we actually painstakingly prepared for him. End of the day, he still enjoyed the food. It's just that he just not happy with the price.
How do you guys handle situations like that?
For this particular situation, we just laugh off, you say maybe ask him to try other our dishes. And in fact, maybe sometimes, we just try to talk to him more, have a few drinks with him, let him know that, or how to justify that, our cost.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people also don't know how much goes into a restaurant because they don't cook. Some people may not cook. They don't understand the work that goes into the dish, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I think sometimes customers just need to have someone explain to them lah.
Yep.
Yeah. 9 years ago you started. What has changed from then till now in terms of operating?
For me, I think the most challenging part is the overhead cost. Rental now is up. Manpower costs all up. Even levy, everything up. So the overhead cost is very, very challenging.
So how do you guys deal with it?
We have to constantly evolve. For this restaurant, we actually have 9 years, but even before that, we had a few trial and error before. We even set up a sky bar in Cambodia. Of course, all this will be valuable experience for us to to constantly evolve and streamline how to make the best out of the restaurant itself. It's not easy, and especially I think in the current situation or environment. I think even in the recent articles, there's always a lot of article referring about restaurant closing down. We even heard of restaurant haven't even first day of opening already closed down already.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the first restaurant you guys opened in 2013.
Yes.
So when did that close?
Closed during COVID because it's in the Biz Hub, Changi Biz Hub. So totally during COVID, it's so-called the area, most of the people or 99% of people are working from home. So totally there's no human traffic at all.
Oh.
And worst of all is that area is being barricaded up to become the swap center.
Oh, so that's why you guys decided it was
Yes.
time to close down lah.
Yeah, so we got no choice. Worst of all, we still need to continue to pay for the rental.
In Singapore, there's a lot of Japanese food, right? I think a lot of malls, a lot of places have a lot of takes on different types of Japanese food. So what sets you guys apart from other Japanese places?
For us, I think our yakitori is very authentic and our sushi sashimi are all very fresh. So it can be differentiated, yes.
So your focus is on the quality of the ingredients lah.
Yes.
Okay, I mean I think it's good because you guys have one outlet, right? It's a lot easier to maintain the quality when you only have one outlet as opposed to those franchises with a lot of stores and a lot of different types of managers, right?
Yep.
Yes.
What differentiates us between like the restaurant in the malls is also the personal touch. So a lot of our customer actually became very close friend with our managers or with us itself. Sometimes dining itself is not just wanting to have a good food or good drinks, but you also want to have good companion or good talk, good conversation.
Yeah, because Singapore has a big love for food, right? And it bonds a lot of people. So I think it's also quite important to look at the dining experience not just as like for good food but also good company lah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it.
Yes.
As for your menu selection, you say it's done by your chef, right? Were there any times that you had maybe any disagreements with your staff?
So far we have not, but the recent new items to be added is normally is like we went to new places overseas or whichever we find is interesting and is very nice. So we will try out our own and then we start to add it on to our menu.
I see. So you guys have had the same chef, is it, since your opening?
In some way, yes. He in the beginning he joined us. He left for a while, then after he came back.
Oh,
Yeah.
was that a reason why he left?
Oh yes. I mean, there's some disagreement. Then also because of some relationship stuff of then after he actually left.
Oh, I see.
Yes.
Also, you guys have more or less kept the same chef for about 9 years.
Yes.
In some way, yes. Yeah.
Oh, that's quite impressive actually. Because a lot of people in the F&B industry like to move around, right? Or like they don't really stay in a particular business for too long.
Yes, the turnover is very high.
Yeah, I think the previous guests on our past episodes have also mentioned the same thing. How do you guys deal with that?
Actually, in the beginning, we was quite upset with the leaving of our staff because each of our staff actually was handpicked by us. We actually share the same goal and vision. So when they actually wanted to leave, we was actually quite upset about it. But over times, business is business. Business still have to go on. We still have to find new person to replace. Eventually, we come terms with it. We know that it's a part of the business process. After we slowly able to deal with it. But eventually, maybe because both of us are good boss, so quite a number of the staff actually came back.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
okay.
To
So that's nice.
join back again. Yes.
Yeah.
So you take them back lah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, the good one we will take them back.
Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
Is there any other future goals you have, maybe for expanding your store?
Store wise, no, not really. Because actually, we had people actually coming up to us asking for franchise and stuff in the past. Yeah.
Yes. To set up those like kiosks. You know, the something like Tori Q
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay. So
yeah. Kiosk basis.
so
Takeaway,
how do you
yeah.
guys respond to that, to those requests?
That time was actually we are still very young. The restaurant itself is also we can't cope really. So of course we had some discussion and actually we have decided say that now it's not the right time to actually start it. So actually we rejected it at that time.
This business you've been running almost a decade now.
Yes.
Do you think that maybe you may pass it on to someone else?
We do have the intention
Yeah.
if the right offer come. We do have the intention because over time we also quite tired with the operation already.
Oh, I see.
Yes, but of course we still have passion for it. Almost every day we meet up at the restaurant, just to check on the food, check on the customer, catch up. It's a nice place to catch up and of course to wine and dine.
So from when you started till now, what would you say is your proudest moment you've had?
For me, it's actually when we have multiple outlets. We expand to Cambodia. When Mikawa itself, this branding was quite big at that time.
So that time you felt quite successful lah with the progress you had made.
Yeah, I think at the peak of our business, we actually have about 4 outlets. Yeah.
So the one in Cambodia, then the other one.
The other 2 is Yakitori and the one at Changi.
Oh, okay. So that's the one before I closed down in COVID lah.
Yes.
Okay. So as for you?
Same, and also especially I'm surprised that my daughters they came back home and says that, hey, my friend went to our restaurant to patronize, likewise for their teacher, all this. So I'm quite surprised.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. That's quite nice. So do you have relatives that often come visit your store?
Oh yes, of course. My sister, brother-in-laws, all those. Yeah.
So they give you feedback also, is it?
Yes, of course.
So what are the kind of things they usually say?
Sometimes the quality of the food might be off a bit, so they'll just casually say that give you a hint. Yeah.
Oh, so in a way they kind of help you QC also lah.
Yes, exactly.
I see. If you had a chance to go back and restart, what would you do differently?
If I will have a chance to go back and I know what I'm doing now, I will tell Victor and myself that we won't do it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Or you think it's been a while already, you think it's not worth it?
Actually, the truth is very tough in the F&B industry now. I mean, it's not just something that we felt personally. Occasionally, we still meet up with others, restaurant owners and stuff. Everybody is also facing the same issue. You know, with the very high expenses, with the very high turnover. It's really very tough. I mean, compared to 9 years ago, it's much more easier. In terms of, let's say, the quotas, the levy, finding manpower, the food cost itself, the rental, everything is very different. So that time was much more easier to operate.
So it's not so that your passion has died out, but it's more of that it's becoming harder to justify having a restaurant, right?
Yeah, because end of the day, we have to make sense of the dollars and cents. Yeah, if let's say we can't be earning a very good profit out of it, then no point, you know.
Do you think that maybe you would ever pivot your business idea? So maybe open up also F&B, but maybe a different concept?
In Singapore, no. Yeah,
But in other countries?
maybe. In other country, maybe, but as of now, we do not have this plan. Our focus now is really just to upkeep our quality, you know, make sure that everything runs smoothly, able to please our customers and, you know, actually make the business afloat. Yeah, that's the
So-
most important.
So you mentioned you have an outlet in Cambodia. So how did you get the opportunity to do that?
Okay, it's because one of our friend, she's stationed there because her husband is being assigned to run in charge of a business in Cambodia. So she followed him, and thereafter she told us that location wise is quite good. A lot of expatriates, all those things, invited us to go over. So we two just decided to. Then thereafter we start.
So was it difficult opening a restaurant in another country?
Oh, for sure. I mean, the different country got different set of challenges and different set of regulations. So, of course, another type of learning curve, but different type.
So what was different in Cambodia?
Logistic,
Yes.
manpower was very relatively easy, but actually it's also the communication barrier. Yeah,
So
because
do you have someone in charge of that? The language barrier?
yes and no. Yes and no, because they can speak very simple English, but when we try to teach them itself, sometimes maybe it's because of their culture, or maybe it's because communication barrier. Then you know, actually sometimes the full recipe is not conveyed over. Yeah,
So how long was the Cambodia outlet open for?
About a year.
Oh.
Yeah, after we sold out before COVID.
So the place that you moved into, was it already constructed? Like was the restaurant already designed and whatever?
not really.
No, it's a ground zero so called.
Yeah.
Oh, so the development took how long?
Renovation plus procurement, all those, I think take us about 3 to 4 months.
Yeah, easily.
So 3 to 4 months, then you guys open for about a year.
Yep, about that.
Yeah.
So were there any other challenges you faced? Maybe like with like just now you mentioned supplier, right? So was it hard finding a supplier for like just now the fresh fish, the chicken?
That was done by our partner over there.
Oh.
Yeah, so yeah, she's the one. She managed to solve everything. Yeah.
Oh, but were there times that you went over to help?
Oh, for sure. We went there quite a few times.
So what was the experience like?
It was fun, tiring, frustrating. So basically everything you can think of when you want to do a business. Because there's always something new to learn, something different that, that came up. And every time we went there, because the Cambodian, the development was so fast at the time, every time we go there, there's something always different.
Oh, okay. So it's like the place you are visiting is like new, got something new every time you go, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Because actually what we open is a sky bar.
Sky bar is like those kind of rooftop.
Yeah,
Yes.
rooftop bar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we actually check out some of the sky bars, some of the Japanese restaurant to compare and to size up where we actually are.
So do you guys have to adapt any part of your menu or whatever for Cambodia?
I think no, because majority of the customer are expatriates.
Oh.
Yeah. So
So they're not the
blending
locals,
quite well. Yes.
Okay, so they took the Japanese food quite well lah.
Yes.
I see. What was different from the restaurant here?
We do have outdoor. They do have an outdoor area where they serve the alcohol. Have a pool.
Yeah. Swimming pool,
Yeah. So actually,
live band.
yeah,
Oh,
they
okay.
did more on those kind of big events, birthday
see.
events and stuff.
Oh, that's quite interesting. Were there any points in your business over the past like 9+ years where you were or you had any doubts?
Definitely have our doubts. In fact, sometimes when business was quite bad, we have to keep forking out money. Every month we spend about like 20-30K easily.
Oh,
Yeah, to additionally top up for the capital. And it's like conservative for consecutive
Consecutive.
yeah, for 6 months.
wow.
You will doubt yourself when that time comes.
So what do you guys do to stay afloat during COVID?
We downscale, of course. Then after that, we have a different type of promotion.
So you had takeout menu also lah.
Yes.
Yes.
In
So-
fact, last time we never had takeout menu before.
Oh, so that was because of COVID?
Yes, we have to evolve.
I see. So was it difficult?
Initially, is in fact very difficult, and that's why we closed down the Changi outlet because I can foresee that we'll be breathing all the way. So I make up the decision. I told Rick, we got no choice. Immediately, we need to close down the restaurant and just continue to pay for the rental because like for our Changi outlet, the rental is about 18,000 plus per month. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, if we include the manpower, overhead, everything, if let's say it's ground, maybe consider a ghost town, totally there's no business or maybe just a little bit. I think per month, that time our bleeding was about 50K a month. Just that
Oh.
outlet itself. So got no choice, we decided to close.
What advice would you have for people who are going into the food business?
Food business, if you really want and you have decided to come into a food business, my advice that you really have to plan properly and you must be really committed. Once you have really decided, you have to really put in 101% into what you really want to do because it won't be easy. It will be very tough. And also another thing that is I think very important is you must really have sufficient capital.
Yeah, cash flow. Very important.
Because we actually see quite a few, that they have very ambitious plan. Let's say for example 3%, everybody fork out about 30K. End up, they want everything fancy. I want the best for my restaurant, which is very typical for first timer. And end up they overspend to the point that they can't even able to start the operation itself because of over budget.
Do you guys face that problem when you were starting out?
For us, not really. Yeah, because we did discuss on all those, and we have contingency. Yeah,
Yeah.
So the cash backup is quite important.
Yeah. And I think another thing that's very important is that the person that you intend to partner with, you must have almost full trust with the person. There may be time you may have doubt. You must really trust the person before you start going in. We also have seen quite a lot that because of partnership. Then after that, the whole restaurant can't operate anymore. Yeah. So find someone that you can really trust.
I think a lot of the traits that you guys have, like being smart about money and having a good connection with each other, I think is part of a reason why you guys have been able to be open for so long, right? Even past COVID and everything.
I think most importantly is you need to plan very well, and number one is the cash flow. You need to have a lot of contingency.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I think what these guys have shared today have been very interesting. I think I learned a lot about what it takes to open a restaurant. I think it's not easy for sure, right?
For sure. Yes.
But I think you guys have done a great job in being able to manage a restaurant for such a long time. So be sure to check out their restaurant at Siglap. See you guys on the next episode.